What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of Floppy Drop. I am your host, Josh McDonald. I am here with my main man, Dolan, aka Drew, and he writes comics. What's up, brother?
Hey, not much. So just a little heads up, everyone watching. This is going to be the last show you see in this place.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm moving Monday. New and better digs. Then I'll be up to Terrificon. So probably a week after that, you'll see me in the new Casa de Dolan.
Casa de Dolan. Nice. I'm excited for you. You mentioned this a while back, and then like you've had little like comments that I'll forget, and then you'll mention something like, "Oh yeah, that's right, he's moving." So yeah, exciting, bigger place, right? A little more room, a little more fancy.
A little fancy, yeah.
Oh, show. Well, congratulations, and then we'll take it all in while we can. We might take some screenshots, look longingly, remember the times. You're at least gonna have your art in the background still, right? Like of the new place, or are you gonna like let's redecorate?
No, it's going to be mostly my art from my projects and everything else on the walls. And
Heck yeah! Speaking of projects, I do want to say, Sunday night you wrapped up the Kickstarter for Unholy Nightmare number 3. Crossed the 12,000 mark, got just shy of the 12.5. But
we're already at 12.5. We are at 12.5.
Oh, you do? Oh, heck yeah!
Yeah, we got late. So, first of all, thank you everyone who backed it. Second, we are open for late pledges right now for only a brief window of time. For I think not even 14 days. We're down to probably 12 days, 11 days left before it closes out. So if you want to back it, we got time right now.
Nice. Fully funded. Oh yeah, 12.554. Sweet. Yeah, it was a fun closeout show. I thought we had a great time. I will drop the link here in the chat in just a second. I didn't realize the late submissions were still open, so that's on me. But yeah, if you didn't get a chance to go back, go do it. And then just kudos on all the success there. And it's not I was about to say it's not the end. Clearly it's not the end. We've talked about how there's so many issues more to come, but there are some special things coming up soon. And I think you just kind of referenced it, but you've got Terrificon coming up. Shablam.
That is correct. Next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Connecticut, Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort. It's Terrificon, Connecticut's largest comic book convention, and we'll be there. I'll be there with the Comic Mint, booth 136 through 138, and we're gonna have a couple exclusives. Probably 3 or 4, but the big one we've got is with a certain big name, legendary artist, Simon Bisley, the Biz.
Yeah, right the Biz.
The Biz, yes. So we reached out to him. He was able to said he could do a cover for us for the show since he's going to be there, which is awesome. So these could be 2 times signed by myself and Simon Bisley. We're gonna have trade dress. We're gonna have virgin covers. We're gonna have the black and whites, and we're doing foil variants of of the virgin cover.
Dude, the green and the orange, they're gonna pop. Well, even the red too, but that's gonna pop so nice on those foil covers. And I gotta pull the black and whites back up because I didn't. There's so much detail in this. When you look at it as the black and white, the inks, there's so much detail into that picture. Just looks fantastic. So
what's funny is that I had so many color after Dan Camp did the colors for this. Longtime colorist for Spawn, for Todd McFarlane, for Mark Silvestri. He did a lot, and for Daredevil and Spider-Man as well. But he's never colored Simon Bisley. He wanted to color. This is his lifelong dream. So I'm like, okay, sure, absolutely. So after he did that, other colorists were reaching out to me. No, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to color it. I'm like, guys, what the hell? was shocking how many colorists wanted to color the bibs.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's also kind of like a staple too. You can say, "Oh, I've covered Simon Bisley." Like, like who wouldn't want to say that as a colorist? But yeah, no, I think it's exciting, and I see that it's Unholy Nightmare issue number 1.
That's correct. Yes,
Cool.
the first issue.
And will you have copies of 2 there as well? Like,
I think Steve is going to bring what backstock he can find.
sweet.
So there's going to be plenty of room in the van. It's not like a New York Comic Con or a MegaCon.
Right.
So there should be enough for us to bring up because they should do pretty well, hopefully. So
Heck yeah.
We're expecting a good turnout for the Simon Bisley cover. We've already had retailers reach out to us, and so reaction online's been pretty damn good.
Nice. Very, very nice. And when is Terrificon again? You said 2 weeks?
Next week.
Next week. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, I'm moving Monday, and then I'm literally flying out on Thursday.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna be dead. Especially
Yeah, you're Monday. Right. I almost went to San Diego. Bear in mind, I almost did San Diego. Can you imagine if I had done that, come back to this, move, then Terrificon? I would have been a dead man. I would have been physically dead.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, we already saw how Aaron was Sunday. Like, he was like, I can't function, which is fair. Like, that's usually how you feel after doing San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, no, that would have been way too much. It works out well. I'm not here next week either, so there will be no show next week, and then we will come back and regroup. If Drew is alive the Thursday the following week, we will come back and do a catch up on Floppy Drop. But yeah, exciting. You're going to be exhausted, and I hope you took off not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday as well.
I did.
Okay, good. Yes, you're going to come home to an apartment that's half boxes, half emptied, and you're like, I don't care.
No, I'm paying movers to pack all my stuff up. They're going to be unloading everything as well. So
that's the way to do it, dude.
My folks are going to be there helping me set things up my place too. So, and
nice.
I got a brand new TV because coincidentally my TV crapped out on me right before I'm getting ready to move. I think I told you, yeah. Yep. I got a brand new huge 75-inch TV. So yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Moving is the worst. Like, I hate moving. And then finally, when I was moving from California back to Texas, that's when I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't care how much money I have to pay. I'm going to pay movers. That way, all I have to do is point and say what I need where, and they do it. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. So
it's well worth it. If you can afford it, it's well worth it. And
it's
like, I'm paying people to box the stuff up, move it. And what's great, I started looking at myself. I'm like, you know what? They're right. This should really take them probably about an hour and a half.
Oh yeah. Stuff up. Like I at least packed my belongings up in boxes. That way I could have it organized, and it helped me go through stuff as well. And then I wrote like bedroom, extra bedroom, all that crap on there. But them coming in, getting the furniture, all that, like it took them maybe 30 minutes. They were in, wrapping crap up, like couches and blankets and stuff, taking it down, and I was on the second floor, so they're going down steps. I was like,
what's great? I'm on the first floor right here, so they can walk right out, back up their truck right here. And
nice.
A lot of shit is going to be tossed in the dumpster anyway. So the dumpster is literally at the other end of the park, right across from me. So I can just walk it all right there.
Heck yeah. Exciting times. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the stories about Terrificon. That's usually the best thing about cons is getting some of the the juicy tidbits and the dirt. I didn't really get to talk to Aaron about anything he heard from San Diego, so I'll have to shoot him a message at some point and catch up.
It sounded like it was probably one of the best convention experiences he's ever had.
Oh, good.
Yes,
and that's been kind of a rarity for San Diego in particular. Like San Diego's been rough for a while.
So. Yeah, so I sent him a video. I saw this because everyone knows like the 40th anniversary of Transformers is this year, and they're doing a re-release. So apparently, at San Diego Comic-Con, Stan Bush, the guy who did "You Got the Touch" and a couple of other songs for the movie, he did a live concert there at San Diego Comic-Con, performing the songs to to the crowd, and he had the movie on in the background when he was performing it with his band. I'm like, of all the years, I wish I could have gone. This would have been the one to see that.
Did they do that at the stadium? I know a lot of times they'll do plan something like that at the stadium. Like
it looked like a nightclub that they were in.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of people in this nightclub. There had been like 200 people in this club.
Nice. I know sometimes the stadium that's right there, kind of near the convention center, they'll do like Star Wars, and they'll have a whole orchestra and stuff that plays the music live as they stream the film, and that's kind of cool. But I feel like there's something else I was about to say about. Oh, did you see where like people got into a fist fight at Comic-Con?
So, I looked into this.
Okay.
Did not happen. Rich Johnson was full of shit. So the figure. Yeah,
Rich Johnson full of shit. Who would have thought?
Yeah. So the Felix Art people who are who handle we're handling that art that from Frank Miller and all that. They said
right.
Yeah, they posted. They did a whole post on it on Instagram. Yeah, this article is BS. This never happened. None of this ever happened. We don't know where this came from. So yeah, Rich Johnson was full of shit.
Full of shit. Well, nobody's surprised by that. Let's look over to the chat real quick and say hello to the folks that are here, and then we will get into this week's books. Coming in first, we had Cajun Corey streaming tonight, stopping by to say hi and hit the like button. Dude, happy to see you streaming, and I hope you have a lot of fun. He also came in with a 26 months of membership, which is bomb.com. So for that, let's go with the I don't know why. This one always makes me. This is what I always want to do when Corey donates.
I'll show you the tool that's most important to our survival, but fair warning, it's my penis.
Chevy!
Chevy! I feel like if you know Corey's sense of humor, it works. We've got Norrin Lear, aka Lyrics Lee, in the house with Evening Tism Ollie. I need to make a River sticker now that River's here. I've gotta get my crap together. Leslie, it's always nice to see you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know what time it is there, but hopefully it's good day, morning, night.
About quarter till 9 a.m. There it should be. Yeah.
Okay, so good morning, Leslie. I hope you're having a nice cup of tea or coffee to start your day. But yeah, always happy to have you here. And we've got Salty traveling. See, Salty's coming in with this again. Yay. And then he also pulled up with Dolan carrying 90% of the workload as usual. Exactly, man. Like Drew is the quality of the show, and I'm the mass hysteria that kind of qualifies as somewhat entertaining. So there we go. And then yeah, bravo, Drewski, indeed, on Unholy Nightmare, because I'm still like blown away by how much you guys brought in with that campaign. So good times.
Yeah, it's great times. Just and like I said, everyone's blown away and shocked. But hey, remember, it's just we got to keep that trajectory going. You know, it's like we're right here. It's like we just can just keep bursting through. You know, just repeatedly.
That's what she said.
You know, just burst. Just yeah,
dude. Yeah. If you continue to see growth with other books as well, that's gonna be wild. You know.
Yeah. We can burst through those annals. We can pop those annals of history.
Whoa.
Comics, you know, over and over again. Yeah.
Phrasing. Let me get to this real quick. So Salty said he wants that Bisley cover. I feel like a lot of people are going to be saying that.
I hope so. I really hope so. So we just to let you guys know Steve Finkel, he doesn't really agree with our pricing on this because very much this is so we Carmine we for Omega Comics we paid for the cover. So typically when you do a cover, you try to get double, 3 or 4 times back your what you spent on it. So if we sell out, we're making like 1.5 times, 2 times at most. So not that much. But we want to be fair with this, you know. We don't.
Right.
We just this is really our first one, and we we want to see what happens. So it's a smaller show. So $15 for a trade, sure. 20, 25 for a virgin, 30 or 40 for a foil. Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Salty also added that loser Josh never showed the sketch I had done or had Bisley do at Washington SummerCon. I've got it pulled up now. I know you mentioned sending it. That's when I kept having my mic go out like 3 times in a row. And I was like, okay, I just can't do anything on other tabs right now. But I do have it pulled up. So we're pulling. Oh shit, that's the wrong button. Pulling it up now so I can show it because it's a pretty awesome sketch. But shablam. Look at that. And I'm assuming that's Gandalf. Can you confirm? What are you owing? What do you mean, oh?
Oh, I thought it was like an old farmer or old prospector. Maybe a guns, maybe like an old Western gunslinger.
I thought Gandalf. You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy from the movies you fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Yep. Gandalf, 11 by 17. Hell yeah.
Woo, 11 by 17. Damn.
Yeah. 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 I was like, I feel like it's either got to be Gandalf or it's got to be Alan Moore. One of the two.
Yeah.
So Gandalf it is. No, I think that's a nice. Is there a way I can make it bigger?
Giggity.
I mean, that didn't really work out. I tried. Try harder. But no, I thought that looks very, very nice, dude. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Back to normal. Yeah, if I could zoom in, it would definitely show more detail. Oh, there we go. Hey. I just have to come to the actual tab. Is that can you see it better, Drew?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice. Salty, did he just use pen and inks on this? It looks like almost like a watercolor with a
watercolor. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like watercolor.
That's nice. I really like that. Yeah, I remember Salty, you were talking about, how you're gonna go see him even a few weeks leading up to it and kind of trying to get ideas for things. So kudos on getting that OA because it looks freaking bomb.com. I'll have to send that to Max and rub it in his face a little bit because he'll be a little jelly.
Oh, and speaking of which, yeah, I think Simon Bisley said he's going to have the OA for the cover there for us, which is even more awesome.
Oh, heck yeah. Are y'all going to try to sell that as well?
I don't know. I really don't know. If we do, it's it's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect it to be. Continuing on through the chat, we do have Kaiser Jose in the house with Sup Nerds, Sup Rockin' Joshy, Sup Other Guy. I love how we're getting stuck with both of these names now. Rockin' Joshy and the Other Guy.
I love Other Guy.
I love it.
It's referencing my favorites, one of my favorite superhero films, Blank Man. I love it.
Yeah. And then Salty jumped in when you're talking about Transformers. He said September 14th, 1986, Transformers remastered 4K movie movie re-release in select theaters. Oh, it's in select theaters?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, nice.
And they're bringing back Akira in IMAX. Akira. Akira.
Oh. I was like, Gazoon type.
Yeah, it's going to be in IMAX theaters, but
heck yeah.
I don't think anywhere near here in Indiana.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. I mean, anytime something like that comes to town, it's or comes near, it's Dallas or Houston, and I have to then determine like, okay, do I want to make a day trip to go do this or see this? And
I would say something like it's probably worth it because you're probably never going to see that in theater again.
Ever. Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's not a matter of like wanting to. It's more so can I actually carve out a full day time-wise, schedule-wise to go do this? That's where it gets challenging.
Gotcha. Jeff Feel.
We have Kaiser coming in with 12 months of membership. Dude, thank you so much. For you, senor, you know what? Let's do this because it's always just such a fun clip to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I think I'd rather you just wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up! Fucking psychobabble bullshit asshole! I hate her. I hate her!
She is such a great actress. She is amazing.
She is, and she's on the TED TV show now, and she's playing like the real sweet, like Northeast mom. I love it. It's wild. Just the juxtaposition of the two characters, which I get. I get it. That's acting. I know, but still. Oh, he wants the Robbie clip. Sorry, my bad. Let me. I mean, that's a quick and easy one, so we got you.
Too spicy.
I had one of his videos pulled up because I usually will skim through just to kind of keep what's Robbie's take on things. It's always entertaining. It's like going to read League of Comic Geeks. And God, he said something, and I was like, "Oh God, I need to clip that," and I forgot. And I'm like, "Do I wanna go back through his video or not?" But I'm tempted to. But it was just the biggest word salad, and I was like, "You just said a whole lot of shit that meant a whole lot of nothing." Do I like it? No, not really. It sucks. He said that recently. Kaiser said, "Oh, Josh, did you get the DM regarding our favorite Albanian?" No, I don't. I think I missed it. I'm behind on messages right now. Did you? Oh, okay. I see that you sent it, Kaiser. I have not watched it, but I see reset start at the 5-minute 30-second mark. I'll have to check that out after the show. And if it's funny, I might take it and post it somewhere with a response or comment. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, as far as the sketch goes from the biz, Salty said he asked for a retro. I think that was a great way to go. And he said it is an ink wash and watercolor, I believe. He went crazy on it for me. He was probably excited to do something like that. That's, not, I mean, I'm sure he gets a million people asking him to draw comic book characters, so he's probably kind of excited to do something a little different.
Can you draw me a Lobo? Can you do a Lobo? But yeah, when he has to do something new, it's like, if he has fun with it, he's gonna have fun with it. Like if you look at the Unholy Nightmare cover, he got a blast with that. And you look at that Gandalf, clearly he had fun with it.
Yeah. I always and this is something I had to learn a little bit because I think the first couple times you buy original art, you're like, I want this because it's you're wanting that character or whatever it is. But I've learned to kind of be like, hey, I would love to get art from of one of these 3 or 4 characters, and then this is kind of what I like, but I want you to incorporate your flair into it. And then usually you see them light up and like, yeah, do you mind if I do this and then do this? So that's usually kind of fun. And honestly, one of the people that I loved the art that I got the most was Freddie Williams, because I mentioned, I was like, hey man, I kind of either want like Midnighter or Illyria from Angel, but I want something like where they just look like badasses. And it's like, what if I draw them together and they're like fighting people off? And I'm like, that's like art. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna charge you for like the bust, like for that. And I was like, then like what the heck? But I think he was just excited of the concept of, all right, you got these 2 characters that just beat the shit out of everything. Let's put them in there like they're duking it out with people. So yeah, good times. Salty said, I was able to get 3 miles of cardio in before you even covered one comic. Listen, it's not going to take us long to get through the comics, so I'm doing a little bit of padding here. But yeah. And then you're going to clip oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll clip the hell out of that video. And then Salty said Bisley was super stoked, told him I wanted an 80s heavy metal cover vibe Gandalf. Oh, dude, awesome. And he delivered for sure. Well, with that said, let's get to the comics, since that is why you're here. It's to hear us talk about comics. And maybe you heard, or maybe you didn't, but Marvel released an event this week called Queen in Black, and we've all been super excited for that, right, Drewski?
Oh, with Al Ewing writing?
Al Ewing, the Al Ewing.
Yes, Al Ewing.
I do want to start because I look, when I was reading through these, I read Queen in Black first, then I read Hella, then I read Defenders. But
So, I read the event issue first, then I went back to read the other two.
Yeah.
Which is strange because, okay, now here's how I feel like the reading order is: Queen in Black, Hella, then Queen in Black.
Yep.
Then the one after that, the
Defenders.
The Defenders.
Yeah, I agree. And
there's no reading order for it. There's no reading order release.
No. Well, and that was kind of my thing was, look, if you read Null, you're kind of like caught up. You know what's happening. You don't need.
Well, at least with no, you had. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going back 2-3 years with King in Black. At least with those Null events, you had a reading order. You had with everything is being released. They tried. Here,
they just put the shit out.
Yeah, they just put the shit out.
No, read this first, none of that. And what's crazy is like this Hella book is kind of just like a recap of like, hey, if you weren't reading the recent Null book, if you haven't been keeping up with what's going on, like this is a quick little recap to get you up to speed so you can read Queen in Black.
I wouldn't say it's quick. It is very dry. It is as dry as week-old stale white bread.
It is very dry. I meant quick as in it's not like 6-7 issues, however long Queen in Black was. Yeah. But hey, you know what? I thought the art looked pretty damn good.
Carlos Magno is another one of those artists, just fantastic artist stuck with a shitty script. And I felt he's one guy I felt so bad for because he is too talented for a story this damn dry. And he is trying his ass off here. It is beautiful. It is a beautifully dry comic.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, look, the way, even how we're describing it, this is pretty much like a recap, but it's done in the most boring way possible. And then also, like, I haven't been reading this stuff. I think I read 2 issues of Null, which I've heard a lot of people say it actually ends up being a pretty decent, fun read. I have not been reading Thor.
Look, people try to defend it. Thor is not Thor anymore. He's a regular man now. Yeah, regular man. But he's going around New York City, smashing people across the head with a tack hammer, and he's supposed to be heroic. I'm like, the guy's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
he's just running around smashing people in the head with a hammer. He's a psycho. He's not a hero.
No. But yeah, best thing this book has going for it is easily the art. And I guess if you need to catch up, read this, but otherwise I would not. I mean, I'd recommend it for looking at the art. That's it.
Yes.
And if you have to quote unquote catch up, I guess do it. But even then, like even in I'm gonna get some kind of plot points mixed up between the 3 issues of like I can't remember if this detail was in this or this or this. But like because I haven't been reading the other stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I forgot that nobody remembers Asgard. And that's part of why the Thor thing's going on. But I was like, I don't remember when this was fully established.
Well, there's a stat, but it wasn't clearly explained. It hasn't really been clearly explained at all about what happened, what's going on. Uh-huh. It is a narrative mess.
It's
mess.
Al Ewing.
Yes.
But yeah, so you got
he's a great idea guy, but when it comes to executing the ideas, he sucks.
Yeah.
And that's his problem.
Dude, can you imagine this freaking art just with a good plot and a good story?
He's drawn 24, 26 pages of talking heads. I feel so bad for Carlos Magno. It is God.
And you're dealing with like gods and Asgardians and hell and everything else, and you're like barely giving the guy anything to do.
And you're standing around insane. Like a boring, half-assed, wannabe knockoff Shakespeare script. it's terrible.
Yep. And what's bad is like Al Ewing is not a good enough writer to justify even the like. Sometimes you get talking heads, but the writing's so good that you'll accept it. That is definitely not the case here. So, but yeah, after you read Hella, I would then say you move on to the main title book, not the tie-in, but Queen in Black. And Drew, did you feel like at least the first issue of Queen in Black to get this event started, did you feel like it was well thought with a solid setup and a lot of interesting, eager things to get the story going?
Okay, look, this comic's a fucking mess. This I've read through this 3 damn times. 3 times. I did not want to read it more than once. But
Yeah.
When you read this or attempt to read this, it is very much a quote unquote and then script.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a we're gonna have this person shows up and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens. Now, if you know storytelling, that is not good.
Right.
And that is a shit script. And case in point, I think I sent you the video. I sent Aaron the video because I was venting about this comic. I fucking hated it. It's with Trey Parker and Matt Stone at I think they're at NYU talking to writing students and talking about storyboarding and writing for an episode of South Park where it's like how like you have a bad episode if you say like this happens and then this happens and then this happens. That's bad.
Yep.
That's shit. If you have a script, if you have a story where it's like this happens, therefore this happens. Thus, these characters do this, thus, which leads to this. There you go. That is an actual script. That's a story. This is not a story.
Yeah, he said if you're ever describing your story, your script, and you say and then, your script is shit. And it's because you're just putting random events together. And that's how it's
what this comic is. It's fucking random events. They keep showing up. And then this person shows up, and then this happens, and this person shows up, and this person it's like, what the hell is going on here? It really felt like Al Ewing was on crack writing this. Yep. And there is an idea here. There is an idea. How it's executed here, it fucking sucks. There is too damn much going on in one issue. That's one problem. 2, the heroes don't even struggle. The heroes they don't look. I mean, the only person who looks like he's in dire straits is Tony Stark at one point. But even at that point, things aren't looking bad, guy. I mean, you don't. It's just the problem. The issue is that this event is so big, is that you can't take it in. You can't really comprehend or emotionally grasp what's going on because it's so damn large and big.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, y'all behave.
So I want to make sure I understand this right, Joshy Poo, is that you have Hela, who is now the Queen in Black, with her army, who's making their way to Earth to take it over. At the same time, you have Null, who is now the god of light, who is on his way to Earth. And Hela, okay, now bear in mind, Hela is trying to beat Null there. And I'm saying to myself, wait, time out. Why don't you just take out Null and then go to Earth?
Yeah.
I don't get that. But
well, because if we didn't have them both go to Earth to then try to take each other out, then we wouldn't have a story. With our heroes, anyways. Like, it would just be a continuation of the Null comic that just recently ended. So that's the general gist of it, right? And then you got this whole thing where it's like our heroes on Earth know that quote unquote Null is coming, and then quote unquote Null arrives, but it's not Null, it's Hela. But nobody remembers who Hela is. It's like, well, who's Hela? And I think it's only Beta Ray Bill that's like Hela. Like, guys.
Yeah, and you want to talk about continuity errors? He shows up with a sword in this, and then in the next issue tie-in or whatever, he has his Stormbreaker mount.
Oh yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? So clearly, left hand does not know what right hand is doing.
No. But yeah, a lot of this is kind of just directly continuing from the Noel comic where we got to see Noel kind of get defeated and lose his power as the King in Black, which Hela took over. And then to try to get back at Hela, he is now the King of Light, which I don't know. Like, do you have any thoughts on that? For me, it's almost kind of like I feel like the King of Light should be a good guy. Just
so
maybe
here's the thing. So here's the thing. I would think there's so many different ways they could have gone with this, other than this way that fucking sucks. One of which could have been we were led to believe that both parties are intending to invade Earth, but the twist at the end of the first issue is Hela wants Earth's help to stop Null. It's like, shit, whoa, what's going on here? The Queen in Black needs help from protection from the light. Yeah, that would have been an interesting twist at the end, but we don't. That doesn't happen at all. No. Or flip flop it. Null wants help from the Earth to stop Hela. That would have been interesting, but that doesn't happen either.
Nope.
It's our heroes being divided on two fronts, going to take out the light in the dark. It's like there's too much going on here.
Yeah. Also, like at that point, just let them take each other out, and then whichever one's left standing, stop that one. Like, like if you're fighting Null and Hela, it just feels like a losing fight.
This issue felt like a 0 and a number 1 issue combined together.
Yes.
Like, the 0 issue, what it should have been, was Null taking out Richard Rider. And shame on Marvel and shame on Al Ewing pulling their punch with saying, oh yeah, Richard Rider, he's fine. He's all right. He's back. He's fine. Fucking shit. You should have taken him off the table. Gone. But no. That's how it should have been done at the end of that 0 issue or whatever. And then issue 1, it ends with the invasion of Earth. We see cities falling and everything. And it's like, but we don't see enough of that. And you can't grasp what's going on. And the heroes aren't challenged. The heroes aren't struggling at all. Everything looks fine.
I do want to kind of talk about some of the other aspects of this book real quick, because I had to roll my eyes when I was like, okay, so we're making Tony Stark, Iron Man, the hi there, fellow kids. You haven't been reading comics lately? Well, I'm going to have that commentary for you, because you've got it here. Like, Mary Jane Watson, of all people, is Venom? The big, beefy, black and gold bruiser who's been slowly mending their rep with front page heroics was you? That's actual fucking dialogue in this book.
He is Basil Exposition. I love it. Yeah.
And then you've got Venom MJ going, that was us. We are Venom, Tony. Though obviously there have been a few changes lately, because Venom has boobs and a vagina now. Yeah, the writing for me for so much of this book was so stilted.
And then the other thing is, this is the first issue. None of the heroes are taken off the table. None of them.
No.
And it's like you couldn't take out Venom, you couldn't take out Dylan, you couldn't take out all the symbiote heroes. Yep. It's just like none of that happens. Like, so there's no shock
at all.
Nothing
at all. I mean, look, we're quite a few pages in at this point, and it's all just been people talking.
Yes.
Talking. I mean, he's monologuing here, but still. It's like if you're gonna have an event comic, kick it off with a bang.
Why not just make it the King and Light event, King and Light.
Yeah.
And it's him coming. Leave Hela out, and it's Null coming back as the King and Light to take out everyone. And they have to go to Hela. They have to resort to getting Hela's help to take out Null. At one point, it's like for a twist, but we don't get that. No. Oh, Josh, Towerak. Yeah, it's just a shit ton of exposition in dialogue that's supposed to be quote unquote funny and humorous with this Skrull soldier that's mimicked Captain America.
Yeah,
calls Captain America Captain Earth. And here's the beginning of the continuity error with Beta Ray Bill, who's got the massive sword, but in the Italian issue, he's got Stormbreaker again, because no one knows what the hell's going on. And yeah, we're gonna end that on a punchline right after this.
Yeah, Yeah. This book was not doing it for me at all.
No, this is disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
Yeah. And again, I wasn't expecting much considering Al Ewing was the one at the helm here, but still. And there's still
I had the lowest expectations, but even with Al Ewing writing, I would expect something. But this fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And no suspense, no shock, no awe, other than another great artist, Ivan Coelho, wasted. That's the shock.
And, at some point, for both the editors and the writers, it's like, these comic publishers need to invest in like teaching them how to craft a story, because they don't know how to do it. They like to tell you the story, like the way they write their comics or the way they write their stories is if someone is telling you the story. Like, oh, I went and saw this movie. This is what happened in it. Like, it just doesn't have. Well, it goes back to kind of what you're saying. It's the and then. You've got all these random things happening, but there's no like humanity or grit to them. And then you're talking about like, the Parkers talking about like use therefore or but. And the whole concept of that is instead of saying and then, you say this happens, therefore this happens.
This happens.
But this now happens, therefore this happens. So it's not and here's the next thing. It's
and there's none of that. None of it. Therefore, this happened. None of that in this issue.
Yep. Because for that to happen, you would have to have an event actually happen, and then there be consequences. And Marvel, especially, is not going to do anything of consequence. Like, it's not going to happen. Like they're gonna. This is like a marketing image packet that they threw text on. Like, it's bad. But there's still one issue left that was released this week, and that was the Defenders of Light and Dark. And, I mean, again, I think it kind of gets at what you're saying. There are concepts here in this that they could work. It's like, I see the idea. I think this can be good. It's the execution. Like, I don't feel like we actually get the scope or the scale of how dangerous it is having these two fighting, Hela and Null. And part of that comes into what you're saying. Like there's like no death, no loss, there's nothing to actually challenge our heroes. And here you kind of have the Defenders breaking off, and those with light powers go against the Hela as the darkness, and those others.
This was Cable who showed up in a and then moment in the issue. Yeah, yep. And then Cable shows up like, okay,
what?
Sure.
Like, what? Why? And what brought him here? Yeah. Like reading this, it's one of those things. I didn't hate it, but it definitely wasn't good.
They don't look worried. They don't look scared.
No.
There's no concern. They're just chit chatting and BSing. It just everything's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. That's fine. I will say something happens to Cloak in this that I was like, oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. I will give him that. And that was the very, that should have been in the fucking main event.
Yeah.
Why did you have that in the side issue?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like publishers have forgotten how to write an event comic, because they're putting key points in all these other side stories. And I get that they're doing that to try to get people to feel like they need to read those issues. But it's like you should have your fast-paced, action, plot-driven stuff in your main title. And then let your add-ons or your tie-ins or whatever, let those be more of the character-focused, or kind of like, hey, these are how these characters are dealing with this. These are how these characters are dealing with this. They're kind of like B and C plots to aid our main plot. But yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, this should have been in the main issue, because it would have been like, oh shit, and it wasn't there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna look at this as not the best start to Queen in Black. Drewski.
Oh yeah, no, this is angering. This is immensely angering. It just, as a comic book writer and just a lover of events, and it just it pisses me off.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
It's just what I expected is that in the first issue, I want our heroes being like, we are fucked in the first issue.
Yeah.
The shit has hit the fan, or the shit is about to hit the fan. None of that happens.
No. Even if you had just had Hela arrive in the first issue, and then you had our heroes be like, "Oh, we've got to stop her," and they try to stop her, and they fail, and they're like, "How are we going to stop her?"
The last page of issue 1 should have been that armada coming on Earth. It's like, oh shit.
And then have Null showing up as well, and you're like, how do we, like, we couldn't beat 1. How are we going to stop 2? That would have been like the, oh shit. But like, have a full-on war. Like, we're going to throw everything at Hela that we can right now, and it's not going to work. And then here, Null has arrived too. In your first issue with Null has arrived too. And then you're like, oh crap, this is crazy. I can't wait to read the next issue. Instead, you're like, hey, I got 3 issues. You didn't tell me what order to read it in. They kind of feel like they're all over the place. There is not much of a structure here to work narratively as a cohesive story. And yeah, because of that, it's just okay. Also, your dialogue is crap at best. So, womp womp. I want to head over to the comments real quick just to see if anyone said anything about the book. We got Roman here with Ahoy Friends. What's up, Roman? Nice to see you, sir. And he said, I'm something of a Venom myself. Oh, you don't say.
Too many damn Venoms in the book.
Yeah. Damn it, Josh. I know. Mike going out.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see, what else do we have here? Kaiser put too much time being spent on shite. Wrap it up. Wait, are you talking about us or the book itself? We are wrapping up Queen in Black, but we wanted to talk about it because it's supposed to be the big event. Yeah, I'm getting into it, Salty. Just 1 second. It's supposed to be the big event, and just Marvel has continued to fail miserably at pulling events together. And even DC to a degree has failed to pull events together. DC KO managed to do okay. We'll kind of touch on that in a second. But yeah, Salty is coming in with a super sticker for $1.99. So thank you, good sir. And for that super sticker, we're gonna go with, you know what? It always gets me in trouble, but we're gonna do it because it's a damn good clip. So let's go.
Man, great.
Hell yeah.
I would love to see that again in theater. I want to see that.
Oh yeah.
If they
I'm
brought
sure
that back to IMAX, well, that'd be awesome to see.
Oh yeah, agreed. Agreed. Roman put, wait, Marvel still has big events? No, not at all. Salty, good clip. Thank you, sir.
I like to think they do, but if this is the best they got, boy, it's going to be a long winter.
Roman said, I'm about to read Aliens. What if Carter Burke survived? Have you read that one?
I have. It is fucking terrible. It is. It was written by Paul Reiser and his son, I believe, and it's awful.
That's no good.
And that came out.
I'm not gonna lie.
That came out like 3 years ago.
I couldn't remember when it came out, but the way you said I was like, oh, he's gonna recommend it, and you're like, it is terrible, and I was like, oh, never mind, he's not. Let's continue on with Marvel real quick to get through this. We had another. Speaking of what if, we had another what if book come out, and that is What If Kraven Survived His Last Hunt. Drewski, what were your thoughts on this book?
So initially, I said to myself, this did not need to exist. Why? Because we already got a what if. What if Kraven killed Peter Parker and continued being Spider-Man? We got that. End of story. But apparently, no, they thought they would continue it, but this time Peter returns, but has gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and has to get locked up. And Kraven continues to be Peter, and then the symbiote visits Peter. It's fine. I'll say that it's fine. It's not great. Did we need it? No. Like I said, we already got a more interesting version when Peter was fucking killed and stayed dead. It's a less interesting version of that.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, like, I kind of feel like a glutton for punishment coming into these what if books, because I keep thinking like, oh, there's got to be at least one that's going to end up being good, like really good. And they all are just like, you'll have moments in each of these books where you're like, okay, I think this could be interesting. And then it's like they shit the bed immediately after. And you're like, well, never mind. So I feel like that's the ongoing problem with these books. But and like they keep failing to just focus on anything that would actually be interesting as a change or different. Hold on, I gotta yell at these two real quick.
The thing is, it'd be a more interesting book if, like I said, if we hadn't already gotten this.
Yeah,
and a story that had more grit than this one did.
Yep. And that's a general problem we're having with comics in general, is we've already gotten this, and it was done much better these 6 other times, essentially. We won't dwell too much on that. I want to spare Kaiser as much as possible. But I do want to listen. I'm just going to say, I didn't read this book coming up. You decided to be a glutton for punishment and read it. So I'm going to let you talk about this. But we have X-Men number 34, written by Jed MacKay. And it's got our boy Juggernaut on the cover. So it's got to be a good issue, right, Drew?
No. So, well, here's the thing. In theory, it could work. Because here's the conceit. They're in some Juniper, Missouri, I think, or something, some small town where Trask took a shit once, and they want to build a statue for him there. And, of course, the mutants are pissed off. Humans are like, but no, he took a shit here. We need to make a statue for him, blah, blah, blah. Mutants are upset. This guy's killed so many mutants. This is wrong. He's making any mutant. Mutants have done nothing wrong. What have the mutants done? It's like, whoa, time out. This is where Jed MacKay fucked up, because you can't have it both ways. You cannot have this story have the mutants play the victim like you've never done anything wrong. When you rewind not too long ago, when the mutants were essentially gods, forcing nations in the human race to buy their medicines, and if they were going to inflict force upon them, they built a Burger King Kids Club treehouse in New York City. They were gleefully murdering humans. They had set up pretty much an island of Sodom and Gomorrah, and were fucking and killing each other and bringing back each day to do it. Terraformed a planet. They were overseeing humans. They were better than humans. They were gods. And now you're trying to pretend like, whoa, okay, that never happened. We've always been victims. Bull effing shit, Jed MacKay. You cannot do that. That does not work here. If Jed MacKay had set this up where the humans, there's an actual debate about the humans saying like, Trask has done this. Trask has done this. He's done this for humans. But you have mutants saying like, no, we haven't done anything wrong. But then you have the humans retorting, oh yeah, well, how about that time when you tried to take out this nation for not buying your medicines? How about that time you set up this Burger King Kids Club treehouse in New York, and we're threatening humans and everyone in New York City for not following your rules? Actual fucking debate. None of that happens here. It's just that the mutants have always been victims. Bull fucking shit, Jed MacKay. You cannot play that card here. That does not work anymore. Not after Krakoa.
Nope. Not after Krakoa. Not after Jerry Duggan's,
X-Men Green? No. Yeah. Certainly hell not. Jed MacKay, you must think people have short memories or have no memories at all. But, we have a long memory. We remember that shit. You were part of it. It's not.
we've also learned these people are all misguided in what they think is right and wrong, and they don't have a moral compass on them. I hated these panels, like I hated them, but I also kind of laughed because
so look, I love Greg Land. This is some of the
Yeah.
worst interior art he's ever done. This is
Yeah.
not his best stuff.
well, they all look like they're getting their oil checked.
Or showing their O face.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh man, it's rough. I don't know. And then like, what's the point of this story? You know, like, what is this actually doing for Juggernaut here?
It's setting up that he's not a mutant, he's human. And I think they're trying to instill this debate. Which side is he going to choose? Is he going to choose the human side? Is he going to choose the mutant side? But by the end, he's like, yeah, I'll take the mutant side, sure. Cyclops tells me what to think. Juggernaut would never fucking say that. What the shit? I hate this comic.
Yeah. It's like Jed McKay and Gail Simone keep, battling out to see who the worst writer is. And they both keep one-upping the other. And it's like, oh, this is just sad. So yeah.
It's not the X-Men at all. And there's a reason why their numbers are in the shitter, why they're doing a fucking reboot by the end of the year, and why John Byrne, his one trade paperback, has outsold all of their shit. I'm sorry, not trade paperback, a hardcover has outsold all of their shit.
Indeed. Let's move on to some good stuff. We'll pop over to indies for a bit, but we have Feral number 25 that came out this week, and I thought this was a hell of a lot of fun. A little bit oversized for this issue. We've been in a situation where the cats got caught and were taken to like a clinic or vet pound type of thing, and you weren't really sure what was going on, if these people were trying to hurt them, if these people were trying to help them. We get those answers in this comic. But I love how this unfolds. Like, I love the way that you got the cats, they're trying to communicate. You now have the dogs from Stray Dogs, they're trying to communicate. Cats and dogs can't communicate, but hey, our boy comes through because he's been hanging around cats and he can talk cat. And that's mush. But I really enjoyed this issue. I thought this issue kind of did a great job of progressing the story, bringing all these characters together, creating a fun chase, which I thought was executed really, really well through the hallways of this. And we've had some red herrings along the way that they kind of like reveal here. So what were your thoughts on this, Drew?
No, I had a blast with it. It's a double-sized issue, but it goes by quick.
Yeah.
I love how the dog is is that bridge between both species. Getting communicating with them, because they're all on the run. They're on the run from the humans, and they're on the run from the infected animals in the facility. So
it's like a double trouble type of.
Yes, double trouble, but at the same time, it's like, should they go with the humans? But because one of the cats has the antibodies in it, has the potential cure for all of this. And the other thing they're trying to do is prevent the virus from jumping from, I forget the exact terminology is, but jumping from species to species. They're trying to keep it from jumping from animal to human. But we may be in for a bit of a shock at the end of this issue. Yeah.
It really kind of leaves. It ends in a way that I'm super excited to see where we go moving forward. And it's like, shame on me for thinking this, but I keep running into this idea as I'm reading issues of like, I feel like at some point, it's almost like a worry. At some point, we're going to get to where like they're kind of slowing down, or it's getting redundant, and it does not feel that way. So kudos to Tony Fleeks, Trish, Tony Rodriguez. They're just killing it with this book, and I cannot recommend this enough. It's so much fun, and the way it balances genres and delivers great characters, even though they're animals. Like, it's just they're knocking it out of the park. So, Drewski, did you happen to read Geiger?
I did. Geiger was good.
Yeah.
And art was solid once again. Gary Frank. Geiger's surrounded by the creator of Junkyard Joe and his robots, but naturally he wants Junkyard Joe back because he's the only one who has developed emotion, or like has. I think that's the conceit of it. But and Geiger's friends, they're hunting down Geiger because I guess Junkyard Joe isn't detecting radiation as it gets stronger, but as it gets weaker. So he's seeing as the pattern of radiation gets lower, that's probably where Geiger's going. I think that's how it works with Junkyard Joe, something like that. Yeah, it's not as it gets stronger, but as it gets weaker or something. But the dogs come in to save the day for Geiger. Yeah, it was a fun issue.
Yeah, it's in like I don't know. It feels like they're genuinely building to something to grow and continue to expand on itself, and that's kind of what I'm enjoying as well. Like this issue in particular wasn't the most exciting or enticing, not necessarily. It was a good issue, wasn't bad. It was a good issue. It wasn't great.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember when the last issue came out.
It feels like it's been a little while. I don't know if Gary Frank's having some issues or not, but I do feel like it's been a hot second.
Well, he's no spring chicken. I know that.
Yeah, no. Because the last issue was wasn't the last issue when Geiger and the Northman, was it the Northman?
Yeah.
Yep. And then he met the lady that was like the office lady, but I don't.
Oh yeah, it had the Murdoch, I'm coming to get you moment.
Yeah. I can't remember how long ago that came out though. It does feel like it's been a while. But no, I feel like you're getting all these little pieces that have kind of been plot points at some point and this has been the longest run of anything Ghost Machine. And they're kind of like slowly pulling them together to like, all right, we're building to something that will hopefully be epic. So I'm still enjoying this. I still say read this if you can. I do think this is a book that works better, unfortunately, in trade format. So it's almost better to read it as a collection. But fantastic writing, fantastic art. This is what comics should be. You can tell they have a story planned. They're trying to do things to keep it fresh and exciting. And it's not nothing but a bunch of talking heads speaking nonsense. So I'll give it a nod. In addition, we also have Corpse Night #4 that came out this week, and this continues to be just a really fun book for me. As I'm enjoying this journey, and I love to kind of get to learn more about our little girl here and her undead dad. But what were your thoughts on this issue?
This was a good issue. How should I say this? The daughter is beginning to get on my nerves a little bit.
Well, we do kind of move. I was gonna say we do start moving into like boss girl territory a little bit.
Yes, and you know who she reminded me of? I don't know if you remember reading New 52 Future's End, that event series.
Yeah.
Remember 50 Sue, that little girl?
Oh
this
my!
This is who she reminds. This is who she reminds me of.
Oh God! Why? I had scrubbed that from my memory. And
I was reading this, and I'm like, why does she sound and look so familiar? And then I dug it up. It's that fucking her, 50 Sue. I knew it.
Yep. Jesus Christ, I'd forgotten about that. Oh my God. Yeah.
In case you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a very, very, very obnoxious character who was written as a god, and it's almost the same here, where this girl is doing all these miraculous boss girl things at 12 years old, and I'm like, this is a bit much. And this is where an editor should have been like, hey, time out. You're having a 12-year-old girl do all this shit against grown men.
Well, it's like, I get her dad's dead, like the night, but I also I want more of him. I want him to be the one that's like, leading everything. Like she could be there. She should be like the heart and the connection to all this, but he should be the one that's being the badass. So this does take a shift for that. I keep hoping that we'll kind of shift gears again, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm pulling up 50 Sue real quick. so I can share with the class. Because you have to see her to fully understand how obnoxious she is. Let's go. Bam, 50 Sue right there. Little biatch. Yeah. What
that was what's even funnier is that event that was granted it's a shit event. It's still better written better than this King in Black event.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yep.
And that's saying a lot.
Oh, it's saying a ton. God, I'd forgotten this character, and fuck you, Drew, for reminding me.
Hey, I'm not the one who wrote this girl as a boss bitch.
I mean, fair, but still, I'm angry. Another book you read, I did not get to read it, and unfortunately, I don't have a copy here to show y'all. But that is Conan the Barbarian number 33. We've still got Jim Zub just going to town on this book. Drew, what happens in this issue?
Yeah, this is a really good issue. Once again, there's a lady who has this beautiful lady who has this trinket where she needs to get back to her people. She needs to get back to deliver it, to see her people, and she needs one person to protect her, her guardian to get her there. And she settles upon Conan, and Conan leads her along the way, and they fight undead hordes and everything else. And it has a very interesting, surprising end, which I'll say. It's like, oh, muy interesante. But yeah, it's a good, solid one and done Conan issue.
Nice. How long do you think Zeb's gonna keep his run going for?
I'm guessing at least 2 more years.
Nice. Okay, so kind of put him a little over that 50 mark.
Yeah,
it would be cool to see. I mean, like if he could get to 100, that would be cool. I think it's a matter of if he has that many stories in him, and then just, I mean, look, it's work. It's a lot of work, and he's been cranking this out for a little while now. So
yeah,
like we're pretty much reaching 3 years at this point, but it's such a good run, and I don't know if I can remember a comic that's had as consistent of a run as Conan has been. Like the only downtime I remember is when they had that female artist step on, and of course you bring a woman into the picture and things go to no, I'm kidding. It's just she wasn't the right artist for the book. But that's the only time I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. And that was what, 2 issues, 3 issues, something like that.
Yeah, no, it was no more than 3.
Yeah. Well, let's turn to actually let's go to the comments real quick because that's the end of the indies, and let's see what the folks are saying over here. This is Roman responding to the What If book, but he goes, "Oh dear," and then he goes, "I'm not with the times." Roman, buddy, I love you. Have you ever been with the times since like 2000? I'm just kidding. We always give Roman a hard time for being old, but what was that?
So 2000 and late.
Yeah, you're still 2000 and late. We also have Kevin Carpet coming in with "Hello, folks. Finished reading Punisher Red Band trade paperback by Ben Percy. Great read. Just back to basics for Frank Castle."
Yes.
Yep. I think that was one of the titles that surprised us because before it came out, we're like, "Oh God, here we go. It's gonna be rough." Yep. And then it came out, and it was the one that was good. So, out of the 3 that came out during that time period, you had the Red Band, you had the Marvel Knights, and then you had the Punisher Daredevil crossover book. I think we would have put money that the Red Band book was going to be the just pile of dog shit. 1, because Ben Percy has let us down I don't know how many times. 2, it was the main continuity book, and we were just coming off them like not being okay with Punisher being Punisher. And 3, Red Band. It was like everything about this screams awful. And then it ended up being a great read. It's still continuing to be a good read with this current run. So stick with it. It's a lot of fun. We have Hellmouth 9841 here with, "Hi, this is one of the main reasons why I dislike the storylines now in most Marvel comics. Just way too overthought. Way too overthought, but also no thought. Like they're throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. And then they're like, yeah, let's run with it. but they're not thinking or working the story to figure out how it connects and can make a compelling read. And you know, if you go back to especially when I reviewed comics and really break stuff down, I would constantly criticize certain writers for not working their story. Like there's got to be a reason. You've got to have that cause and effect, and if you don't have it, you're not going to have a compelling.
You're just going to have a and then story.
Yep.
That's what this is.
Salty said we're getting a Geiger glow in the dark action figure. I saw that. I saw Can you hear me?
Oh, yep. Hey, there you go.
Yep. Sorry, my internet dropped. I just all I had were black circles. I was like, crap. I was texting you, and then I look up and I was like, oh shit, I'm there. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, I want Geiger. I want Simon. I want the entire Rook Exodus characters. I think the Rook Exodus characters would actually be great action figures just for action figure sake. So yeah. And then let's see. Kaiser said the comic book reader is the hobby's last bastion, and Marvel keeps telling them to fuck off. I mean, it's not just Marvel, but yeah. Helmut said I'm giving Alias Jessica Jones Red Band issues a go and hope not to be let down. Are you talking about the new series that's coming out right now? I tried reading it and I was not impressed. It's Sam Humphries writing, and it feels like they're trying to. It feels like an impersonation. But
if you're gonna do that, bring back Bendis. But even so, if you're gonna do that, we've learned a lot of times when these writers come back to do those properties, it turns to shit. And it's just the case here. Man. It probably wouldn't have been any better if Bendis had been writing this.
Yeah, true. Very true. We've got just 2 books to talk about real quick. I don't even know if Drewski read these, but it's going to be 2 DC books. Again, I don't have the screen grabs for these, so I apologize. But one is going to be the Detective Comics Annual #1. I've read this because, look, honestly, anytime I see Batman and Lobo together, I'm kind of curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And I was so freaking torn on this book. Did you read this, Drew?
Did Tom Taylor write it?
Yep.
Nope, I did not read it.
So you kind of have this like mystery thing going on of like Batman is accused for murder, and then Lobo kind of gets involved, or Batman gets accused of a crime pretty much. And they're not dealing with humans, they're dealing with different stuff. But Batman or Lobo gets involved, and Lobo's kind of like, yeah, he clearly didn't do this. But it's not the question of who's doing this to him. It's the question of why. So Lobo's asking, like, why are they trying to frame you? And I thought that was actually a fun concept. And especially for an annual, I'm here for it. You got Lobo kind of being Lobo. You got Batman kind of being Batman. You're going on different worlds and stuff. It was a fun story. But Tom Taylor has to be Tom Taylor. He has to come in with this political crap. And you've got this whole monologue from Batman, a whole monologue from Batman where he's talking about leadership and poor leaders and all this crap. And it's all just very blatantly like directed towards Trump, directed towards Iran. And I was just like, come on. Like, it was out of place. It didn't need to be there. And you just could tell Tom Taylor couldn't help himself, and he had to go, politically vomit all over this freaking story.
And there's no gatekeepers to make sure that shit doesn't happen, which is a shame.
Yeah,
it's like where I would back up the money truck to Paul Levitz. Be like, Paul, please come back, get this shit show back in order, make sure none of this shit happens.
Can you please come back and be an editor?
Or better yet, train someone to do what you did.
Yeah.
Please spend a year and a half, 2 years. We'll pay you to train a guy to do what you did.
Yep.
You know, because we need that.
Was it Denny O'Neil? Was he the one that had the Bat Bible? Get Denny O'Neil's Bat Bible. Paul, come train these people how to tell freaking long form stories and get this crap pulled back together. I see. Where'd it go? Shoot, Salty said. Yeah, Salty said I saw Tom's name on the Bat Lobo and didn't even page through the LCS. No need to. Yeah, I mean, look, Tom Taylor is one of those people that, especially, well, at least on the DC side, prior to his Superman book, he actually had some good stuff from time to time. And then the moment they took the reins off.
They took the restrictor plate off and let him do whatever the fuck he wanted.
That's when it became shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue that the first 3 years of the Injustice run, there were like 6-7 years, went on way too long. But the first 3 years of Injustice are the best in great long form storytelling. And just read it as a what if, but the way where volume 3 ends, it could just end right there. It really could. Story could end right there. And that's where, that's probably his wheelhouse and where it should have ended, honestly, with that.
Yeah. Salty also said, if we remember Gretchen, and the Red Hood book, they have gatekeepers that keep the money and buyers away. Yeah. I mean, it's such a just mess. If you've heard half the stories that we have heard from people that are either contracted to work for DC or with DC, or are currently working with DC, that just the bullshit they have to go through with some of the stuff.
It would piss you off.
Yeah. I mean, look, nothing's ever going to be perfect. And no matter what decade you look at for, creating comics, there's always some type of drama or whatever going on. But like the sheer disrespect, the sheer lack of storytelling, the sheer, disinterest in these characters and the brand that is DC Comics from people within is insane. They're on such a fast track. And look, Marvel's way ahead of them on this. But even with DC, they're on such a fast track. At least half of them are we don't like what this represents, so how can we change it? Not realizing they're gutting their brand from the inside out. And it's just sad. So Salty said, don't bring back Bendis. We'll get another Ironheart. I thought she was your favorite, man. What are you talking about? The last thing I want to talk about, and it was, I guess, surprisingly a good issue, and that was Justice League Night Vision. I had way more fun with this than I thought I was going to have. So this is kind of falling out of DC KO, which, of course, I wasn't the biggest fan of overall.
Wait, didn't KO end 3 or 4 months ago?
Yeah, but you've had all your kind of stories kind of leading out of this as well. Like the fallout. At least DC is having some type of fallout. We've had the Superman books focusing on the other Superman because our Superman isn't here. You've got people that have had or continue to have changes to their powers. It's been that type of stuff. But at the end of DCKO, all the main characters in the final 8 or whatever had visions of things that were to come or how they'd be involved in things. The two that didn't were Lex and Batman, so they kind of get pulled together in this kind of weird adventure. It wasn't bad. Honestly, it was. It's Josh Williamson and Mark Waid writing. They're co-writing. It's a fun story. You can kind of tell who's writing which. But they understand the characters between Lex and Batman. They write them well enough. They play off each other pretty well. They bring in Prometheus, which is a nice change of pace, and he feels dangerous again. So, but there is kind of a weird, you kind of have Batman on a chase, like a puzzle type chase. So you've got these two super geniuses kind of working through it in their own ways while also opposing one another at the same time. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. But it's this alien technology that's stemming from DCKO. And then you find out that it's doing things to individuals. And, it is what it is. I'm not going to say run out and buy it immediately. I didn't expect anything from it. And I ended up halfway enjoying it. So That is the lightest of light recommendations I can give. But yeah, that is actually the last book of the night. So I would say if you were paying attention at all, the only things worth really buying are the indie books, which is no change compared to how it's been for a while. Go pick up the indies. They're where that's where it's rocking and rolling. That's where you're getting quality stories. That's where you're getting quality art with quality stories. But yeah, Drew, what would you say is your pick of the week?
Um, it is a toss-up between Feral and Conan
Nice.
for me.
See, I was gonna say Feral. I didn't get a chance to read Conan. So Feral for me was the one. Oh, look, see, Kaiser's coming in. Did you review Feral 25? I'm at work and can only catch so much. Yes, we did talk about Feral number 25, but we kept it brief because we didn't want to go into the spoilers. But it was probably the most exciting back and forth that Drew and I had about a comic tonight. So, and then yeah, Salty said get Conan and Feral if nothing else. Agreed. What were the other indies we discussed? Geiger. I mean, if you're reading it, go get it. It's still consistently good.
Yeah, it's good.
So, but yeah. Salty also said, gotta say I bailed on KO after number 1 and I felt pretty good about it. Yeah, because man, I feel like 1 was awful. I feel like 2, was it 2 that ended up being okay? Then 3 got shitty, and then you had like the tie-in fights, and like 1 fight was really, really good, another fight was okay, and then like the other 6 fights all sucked.
Yeah.
Sad times. We got Cajun Corey back in the house. What's up? What's up, buddy? And then Drew and I were just talking about. I'm gonna pull this up. I didn't read it because freaking Godzilla books. Nothing about that sounds exciting to me at all. But then I heard people talking about how this book is actually really good, and it leans into some of the stuff that like Godzilla -1 got right.
Ooh.
And then the art here looks good to me.
So I only have one Godzilla collection on my bookshelf, and it has the old school original stories by Steve Bissette did the art, and Art Adams when he did the art. It's all in black and white. It looks gorgeous. Everything since then has been half-assed, in my opinion.
Gotcha. I think this goes back to like the original like Godzilla film. I think they're
and I'm sorry, look, I can't help to say this, but every time I see this, I can't help but think about the Booze cover he did for New York last year.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
agreed.
How beautiful that was.
I thought about that multiple times, especially with this green, because this green energy is what they're calling the Kaisei, I believe. But I'm seeing this reminded me of his cover too, and that cover was just so freaking good. But yeah, when you get into the actual book itself, like I feel like the art looks just damn good. It kind of reminds me of oh gosh, why can't I think of the artist's name right now? It's almost like
It's coming to mind.
He writes with Andre Sorrentino, but a little cleaner and less. But like the way they do the line work. No. The art. Andreas, I'm saying the art, the lines, how he draws his lines reminds me of how kind of Andres Sorrentino has those kind of messy lines.
Okay, let's do that.
But he's not abstract. Like he's more just kind of like. But I thought the art looked pretty damn decent here. And then when you get to seeing Godzilla, let me get like
ooh.
Yeah. So it's by far the best looking interiors I've seen from a Godzilla book in a while, but yeah. So I might have to go back and pick this up because I have heard good things about this. So kind of sad I didn't read it, but there's been so much Godzilla, and it's all been so subpar, just shitty, weird, crazy crap. But this looks like someone I could get behind. So if you read it, let us know. Did you like it? Oh, you said the Kelly Jones cover is sick. Nice. And then you have the James Stocco Godzilla run. Surprised Drew doesn't.
It was boring. Honestly, it did nothing for me. I mean, Stocco's a fantastic artist, but it was a boring story.
Yeah. Alrighty, senor. Well, we are going to go ahead and start wrapping things up so we can call it a night because it's late for your boys. Or at least late for us because we get up early. Drew gets up real freaking early. Like this guy, guys, I don't think you realize Drew. I think Drew tends to get 5 hours of sleep or less, if that, when he does these shows with us. So please tell him thank you for sacrificing sleep to come spend time with me as I do this nerd show every week. But no, much appreciated. But we are going to wrap up. Drewski, just quick reminder, Terrificon next week.
Correct.
And you'll be at like I think booth 136, 138.
Yeah,
and
booth
you'll
136
have,
and 138.
Nice. And you've got that Bisley cover, Shablam, that you'll have there. So if you're going to Terrificon, go visit Drewski, go pick up the cover. It's going to be a good time. They're going to have other stuff there as well. So just scope the booth, see what they have, pick up some comics, get them to sign some stuff. The Biz is going to be there, so pick this up and have him go sign it as well. It is a good time.
It is it's exclusive for the show. It is his one exclusive. So there you go.
Yeah. And Cajun says, what is sleep? Listen, sometimes at this point, I don't know. And then, of course, we have Zach's in the house. What's up, brother? Zach's put Josh, hold me. People that don't know Zach's, they're probably going to be like, this guy always comes in and says the gayest stuff. And he's straight. He's straight, man. Drew, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me at Terrificon next week in Connecticut. And you can find me here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can find me on What's the Channel Thinking Critical on Saturdays doing the best of the week. And you can find me at my new apartment next week as well, or 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Yeah. We will not be here next week. Drewski will be halfway dead. And I will be out of state. So no show, but then we will come back and pick things up. And then I think we're going to try to plan to do a recap of X-Men 97. And it sounds like that season 2 starts off great for 4 episodes and then completely shits the bed. So I don't know if you've still been watching, but
I've been watching. It's been head scratching. I'll say that.
And then do you remember what date it is that Nightfall comes out?
I think about a month from now.
Okay.
It's like late August.
Late August. Well, we are definitely going to have a group of people that we're going to pull together to discuss that because it looks bomb.com. And I am looking forward to it. So as far as the channel, we are here on Thursdays. We're going to hopefully slowly get back into doing a Tuesday and Thursday show if possible. I just want to say thank everyone for being patient. There's a lot of stuff going on personal-wise, not bad, just a lot. So it's really kind of hindered how much time I have to do the shows. That's why we're not doing 2 shows a week anymore at the moment. But hopefully we will get back to it. We'll probably start off with a few special things and try to find just some fun things to do from time to time. I have talked to Drew. I do want to sit down and do some cherry pop stuff with him and watch some Twilight Zones and pull that in and discuss it because I've never really sat down and watched that. So I think that could be a lot of fun. And of course, Halloween, I might have to have him introduce me to some horror stuff that I haven't watched yet. So that
Gladly.
fun. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be right up his alley. And I'll be having nightmares. No, I do fine with horror. But yeah, we're here Thursdays. And then if you want to follow the channel, it's at ByPopped on X. If you want to follow me, it's at Joshua L. McDonald on X or JoshWorks903 over on Instagram, where you'll mostly find pictures of my dogs. But with that said, oh, yes, Corey, animated movie for Nightfall. So Watch The Fog, for fuck's sake. I've seen The Fog. I've seen both. There's two versions, right? Or are there more than two?
No, there's two. And
Okay.
you can't forget either one. You
No,
can't forget
no.
how fucking bad the Tom Welling one is.
Yeah. Oh God, it was rough. I saw that before I saw the original.
Ooh.
I had to. Yeah, I know. But it came out like the remake came out while I was in high school, so you know that thing going on. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. As always, it's a ton of fun. I appreciate the banter. Salty, thank you for always keeping me on my toes and telling me how awful I am. Oh God, I love it. And yeah, you guys have a good week. Enjoy the break from this chaos next week, and then come back and be ready for a double dose of awesomeness the week after. But until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't get arrested. And I'm stalling to find my video. There it is. Good night.
Get the fuck